A well-run bar can be a money-making machine, but a poorly run one can be an owner's worst nightmare. Bar Rescue is a docu-reality series featuring veteran nightlife expert Jon Taffer as he seeks to revamp and rescue bars on the brink. Taffer and his team of industry experts understand the science behind a bar's success and spare no details in their rescues, tackling everything from the perfect pour to the height of the bar stools. These are some of the best bar estates from Jon Taffer. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Oasis is Omaha's hottest hookah bar, and it looks like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland decided to get off his mushroom and set up a vomit-covered bar in his mom's rat-infested basement. Taffer quickly realizes that the good folks in Nebraska aren't exactly the prime hookah crowd, even when it's run by an apparent stock collection of 90s stoner stereotypes. But what they do need, don't you know, you guys should know. This is a classy Moroccan-themed mixology bar, and Taffer ends up bringing that into the nightclub, and it ditches the pipes and favors every shareable punch bowl cocktails with a bunch of straws made to look like a community hookah, which is really cool playing into the restaurant's theme. They also hang a bunch of rugs on the wall because that's what Moroccans would do, and Taffer replaces the furniture when he finds semen on the couch. That was probably a strong idea in his opinion. He ended up saving this bar, and they actually did $100,000 in the first month after he left. Pretty impressive for a completely nasty bar.
John, I want you to take a look at this. You guys have drains, you guys have flies and stuff coming out of these drains, okay?
We have a bromancing the stone. This is from season 4, episode 15. In the Coconut Grove area of Miami, beloved sandbar, Taffer, by the way, little side note, loves sandbars, becomes obsolete as yuppie millennials and affluent baby boomers take the area over. You'd think with this amount of wealth and also youth, you'd have a booming business for many years. However, a beach-themed crap hole with ripped seats, plastic cup cocktails, and years worth of spilled Red Bull on the beer is best known for serving fish tacos and huge burritos that nobody remembers eating. So it only makes sense that Taffer would turn it into a sophisticated Asian fusion place that served a raw meat to be cooked on a hot rock. He renamed it the Hot Rock because of this, and also installed TVs above every table and plays the show Lava, which is also Hot Rocks. Taffer and his crew use the word sophisticated more times than they say the F word in Scarface. They also get sophisticated by using frozen juice spheres instead of ice cubes. Someday this will be yours, one of the owners says to his baby. You can see the kid cringe if you look close enough. I mean, to be honest, this bar was destined to fail from the start. But it looked like Taffer did a pretty darn good job in saving it and did a really good job, I think in my opinion, on doing the best opportunity he could do. I mean, he did save a failing bar that literally was struggling to get customers with the amount of service that they had around them. And he turned it into an actual decent representative bar. Still pretty cool and really cool experience.
One spark, this goes up in flames.
When tasked with remodeling a private smokers club, it was like a YFW hall that hasn't been cleaned out since the Korean War. You'd think discovering the rafters are infested with raccoons could have inspired a petting zoo themed rescue thrill though. I mean, when they first got to the bar, this was disgusting. It looked like this hadn't been cleaned since the days of World War I. However, Taffer keeps the whole smoker theme there, because there's money in letting old people smoke inside. He takes the members-only concept of Casey's Bar and turns it into a Johnson County line, redoing the joint to look like a speakeasy. If the speakeasy opened up in a garage next to a gas station, do it over again. The best touch-up from this episode is a pool table that's also a buffet. Honestly, it looks like a terrible strip club with a Playboy theme right down to a pervy old owner in a red smoking jacket, which yes, isn't any fun as well. This episode brought shivers down my spine as I just didn't know what to think of it. I didn't know what they were trying to get at in the bar, and I'm not sure if it's open to this day. Still though, one of my favorite episodes of all time was this one, and I think this is one of the best bars they ever ended up rescuing, so I decided to include it on my list. Still though, any bar that includes smoking, you need to keep this type of theme there, and it's not going to turn off or deter a lot of people, even if they're from the younger generation. Even if they do smoke or they hate it, it's going to bring a large diverse crowd, as you can have a section for smoking which is usually no bigger than the one for non-smokers, because you want to attract those people. There's a majority of more non-smokers out there, but you still have to at least be inviting to everyone, and I think this bar did a good job of that, as Taffer ended up saving it.
Dirty, this looks like a sweatband.
There's no way I would want to take a puff from one of those hoses.
I'm gonna head to the bathroom.
That's all we have for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.